create a video but don't know what I want to talk about. What can I talk about today? You know what? I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. So I hope you liked that video. Every single one of those videos, other than the actual footage of the lens, was using this 50mm f2.8 macro lens. So with this lens, basically I wanted to kind of talk about it since it seems that it's kind of overlooked oftentimes. It seems to be overlooked by the 90mm f2.8 Sony macro lens, but this one seems to be a pretty good lens and you can maybe get it for a fairly good price here on eBay. Basically just starting off, mine I got for about $370, but I did see the going rate seem to be closer to about $500, while the 90mm can be $800 to $1,000 or something like that. So this does seem to be somewhat of a cheaper option here. It is a great lens being that it's f2.8, so that you can still have that pretty good low light, and then with this lens here, it is for full frame. The autofocus does take a while to do that focus, especially when you're focusing on Infinity 2 macro. So if I go and I focus away here and then go ahead and just record this here, it takes a while to focus. Now it's in focus, but other lenses may have been really quick, just, it's there and focusing pretty much immediately. So the thing about it is that autofocus is pretty slow, but the thing about it too is that you can change the setting as to where it's focusing or how far that distance is that it's focusing on. Here you can see you can change that setting so that you can have it focus in the full length, being infinity all the way to macro, or somewhere in between there. So that I thought was a pretty interesting thing here for the lens. So maybe you can use that to help you focus a little more quickly and also make that drawback a little bit less of a drawback. But as far as macro is concerned, it is something that you may not be trying to use for run and gun just due to that focusing. You may be better off with the 55mm Sony lens there, the f1.8, or some other brands, not just Sony, maybe Samyang and so on, if you're trying to do that run and gun. But as far as the lens is concerned, it is a great little lens. You can see how sharp the footage is. Of course, there are cheaper options such as doing the lens extension tubes, but you may give up sharpness that you do have with this that you won't be able to have with those lens extension tubes. So this is, I think, a pretty good middle ground for not paying too much for a lens while also still getting that functionality, that macro look there to your footage. So I hope you liked the video and see how this lens really stacked up here, just among maybe a lens you may have already had, or if you're just thinking about getting this lens here, and see how good that footage is. I hope you like the little cinematic that I did at the beginning. I tried to make sure I used a lot of different macro angles and things like that so that you could really see how sharp and how great that footage looks. Once again, I hope you like the video, and I hope you continue to just watch my videos here. Otherwise, you have a great day and continue to see the world through my lens.